What I have here today, everyone, is a cook kit from FireMaple. This is a complete kit. You have multiple pots, a frying pan, a kettle, and also an isobutane stove. In many ways, this system is similar to the Trangia 27 cook set. There's certainly a lot more to this system than the Trangia, and at the same time, this is a whole lot less expensive. While I like the Trangia 27, it's a great kit. I'm not sure if it's worth the money. Again, it is quite pricey. And that, my friends, is why I'm here today. We are going to take a look at this system together as my testing begins. This is very much a preview. My name is Luke. This is the Outdoor Gear Review. Thank you very much for tuning in. To start off, let's do a component breakdown. We have a mesh bag that is oversized with a draw pull up here at the top. Here we have a lid, a kettle, and we'll come back to this. We have a pot, a larger pot, a frying pan, and then we have the pot support and windscreen system. With the lid, it fits on the largest pot only, and as you can see here, you have an insulated grab tab, and you have vent holes and drain holes. Before we focus on the features of the kettle, let's take off the lid, and let's pull out this bag. Inside of this, we have numerous items. For one, we have the stove. Two, we have a pot gripper. And now we have the pot supports that will support the pots with the stove system. And we have 4 of these. Since we have so many components, I think the easiest way to go about showing you everything is to basically set this up. So let's go to the pot support and the windscreen. This is stage 1 here, and you can see the logo on the front. You can also see these 3 holes here. With the windscreen pot support system, you have these 3 tabs. Basically, those tabs lock into place, just like that. You put it down, you put them in place, and you twist it. And now the pot support and the windscreen are connected. From there, you take these little pieces of metal and you put them around the rim. These are the pot supports. And again, there are 4 of them. With these 4 pot supports, you can see that they are staged. That way they can fit different size pots. Smaller one, larger one, and so on. From here, everyone, it is time to insert the stove. You put the hose in, and the stove sits on top just like this. As I was inserting the stove, I ran the hose out of this port right here. We have one on the left side and one on the right side, so you can run the hose out either which way. With the stove here, this tab and this tab, they're springy, and basically you push them down and then they lock the stove into place. So once you have it secure, it's not going anywhere. Focusing on the pots, what we have here is the medium one, and this is 1.5 liters. And smartly, on the inside of the pot, we have measurement markers. And here we have the large size pot with the lid. We've already spoken about this. This is a 2-liter pot, and again, we have measurement markers on the inside, which is very smart. Next, everyone, we have the frying pan, and that is 0.9 of a liter, so it's almost 1 liter. With this, there are no measurement markers, nothing like that. Now, folks, we have the T4 kettle, which is 1.3 liters. Insulated handle, pour spout, and that's about it. We do have the lid, insulated grab tab, and the vent holes. Then, of course, we have the pot grip that will work with every pot and pan. And it works just like that. Basically, it just latches on. This is not spring-loaded or anything like that, so you do have to hold tension on it. Now, everyone, let's fire up this stove and let's do a 2-cup boil test. That, my friends, was a very impressive result. you're looking at 2 cups of water under 2 minutes and 30 seconds. By the time I stopped it, it was 2:31, but it was boiling by like 2:25. Now everyone, is a good time to go over some stats and additional information for you all. There are 2 versions of this kit available. This is the expanded version, which includes the isobutane stove. There's also an alcohol stove version that does not have a kettle. That version is quite a bit less expensive than this one here. When it comes to the stove, that runs on isobutane, and it puts out 10,200 BTUs of power. This is made from aluminum, stainless steel, there's some copper, some rubber, and some ABS plastic. FireMaple claims this weighs 2.9 pounds. On my scale, it came in at 3.1. As far as the price goes, on Amazon at the time of filming, 68 bucks. That's what I paid for it. The retail price is $85. The alcohol version, again, is quite a bit less expensive. It is scaled back. It is $37 at the time of filming. Now everyone, let's go over my impressions of this system here. First, let's talk about quality. The quality of this kit is fantastic for the money. There's no rough edges. Everything here was manufactured well. When it comes to the overall design of this, the engineering, they've done a good job here, but there's one slight weakness to this system, if you can call it that, and it's these pot support bracket things. This is not the best, in my opinion. They certainly work. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about potentially losing one of these. If you lose one, you could still make this work. You lose 2, and this is no longer functional. You would have to come up with something else. That is the weak point for this system here. And unfortunately, that's not the best design. These pot supports should have been integrated into the stand here. Basically, just a little flat that folds down with the stair steps. I personally am not a huge fan of this. It's not a deal breaker for this system, but it is something that you do have to keep track of. You do not want to lose these. Again, you can lose one, and you can still make this work. You lose 2, and this is going to be somewhat unstable. So if you are considering this, be careful. You don't want to lose those brackets. Outside of that, this is a really nice system. This is very well thought out. It has every feature that you can really ask for, minus non-stick. With that being said, you do have to consider the price of this. If this was going to be a non-stick system, it would be substantially more expensive. So for the price, it makes sense. The way that everything nestles together, it's really smart. The storage bag, again, is oversized, so everything does fit back inside of it nice and easy. The grab tabs on the pots, on the lids, all of that works. They're also lockable, so you don't have to worry about them falling over, which is nice. Again, this is a really well thought out system. There's not much here that you would want. We have the measurement markers on the inside, which is super smart. Again, everything about this system simply works, and it's well thought out. We have a very large size kettle. The insulated handle does its job perfectly. With the stove, there's no igniter, so you have to use your own lighter. But for this type of system, that makes sense. Most stoves like this, with this sort of setup, do not have an igniter. The adjuster is very good. When it comes to the stove, it is very powerful. The windscreen aspect works well. The company likes to talk about this being windproof. It's not windproof, it's wind resistant. If you have holes in your windscreen, it's not going to be windproof. But as you've seen today, the performance of this was excellent. But there's not even a breeze today, so take that for what it is. I do like the dual functionality of the system here. You have the isobutane stove, or you can leave that behind and use an alcohol system. As you can see, you do have a lot of options with this system. Speaking of which, you can scale this down. You can take certain components backpacking, or you can take the entire system car camping, truck camping, overlanding. So yes, this is a very versatile system. Going back to the stove, I need to mention that it does a good job of distributing heat evenly. When I was boiling the water there, I could see at the bottom that the heat was distributed evenly. Basically what this means is that you're going to get a good cook when you're actually using a pot and a pan, because the heat is going to be distributed evenly on the bottom. And it should be mentioned with the stove here, you can dial that back and it can simmer nicely. All of that functionality works very well so far with this stove. Now, speaking of which, so far, this is going into testing now. For the next couple of months, I'm going to be using this system in a variety of ways. You will see this in overnight adventures. You will see this when I'm out truck camping. As we go out on these trips, we will see how well this system performs. As it stands right now, everything looks great. but let's see how it performs over time, and let's see if any issues develop. I don't expect there to be any, but you never know. Things do happen, that's for sure. To summarize my thoughts concerning this system, I am very impressed. This is a really nice system. It has everything that you need. Well, I should say this. It has the essentials, and there's enough space here to add what you want. There's a lot of cook kits out on the market where the companies throw in literally garbage to increase the price. So I'm talking about these odd-shaped cups that are really terrible, like different ladles, spoons, sponges, cutlery that you would never use in a million years. I'm glad to see that FireMaple has not included all of that garbage to try to raise the price. I'm sure you all have seen the components that I'm talking about, and all of those components are essentially garbage. What you have here are the essentials, and you can add in everything else. That, my friends, I like. I don't like BS, and a lot of those systems, they're just offering BS to jack up the price, and I don't like it. So everyone, if you enjoyed this episode, if you found it helpful, please hit the thumbs up. I do appreciate it. It's a great way to support this channel. It does need to be mentioned that this channel is agenda free. This is not a sponsored episode. I do not care if you buy this. It means absolutely nothing to me. I am here to share information, and that is it. This channel has never had a sponsor, and it never will. So everyone, I am done. Take care, be well, strength and honor. I will see you all around soon as I begin testing this out. Stay tuned to the channel as I take this out on my adventures, and we'll see how things go. Ultimately, my review of this will be coming up in the future. Strength and honor, everyone. Take care.